Warning: this series includes foul language, statements, and more. Viewer distraction is advised. Hey, what's going on, Megabytes? Dark Mega here, with another episode of Annoying Alex. In the last episode, Alex and Jack talked about World War II. I wonder what will happen with Alex. Let's find out in this episode of Annoying Alex. Alex and Bruce talks about history, Cold War. Enjoy.
Welcome to Alex Talks About History, and I'm here with Bruce. Also, this is a green screen of Vietnam.
Let's do this.
The first phase of the Cold War began immediately after the end of the Second World War in 1945. The United States created the NATO military alliance in 1949 in the apprehension of a Soviet attack and termed their global policy against Soviet influence containment.
Some conflicts between the West and the USSR appeared earlier. In 1945-46, the US and UK strongly protested Soviet political takeover efforts in Eastern Europe and Iran, while the hunt for Soviet spies made the tensions more visible. However, historians emphasize the decisive break between the US-UK and the USSR came in 1947-48 over such issues as the Truman Doctrine.
In 1953 to 1962, the period within the Cold War from the death of Soviet leader Joseph Stalin in 1953 to the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. Following the death of Stalin, new leaders attempted to de-Stalinize the Soviet Union, causing unrest in the Eastern Bloc and members of the Warsaw Pact.
In 1962 to 1979, it refers to the phase within the Cold War that spanned the period between the aftermath of the Cuban Missile Crisis in late October 1962, through the détente period beginning in 1969, to the end of détente in the late 1970s.
In 1979 to 1985, it refers to a late phase of the Cold War marked by a sharp increase in hostility between the Soviet Union and the West. It arose from a strong denunciation of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in December 1979. With the election of Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher in 1979, and American President Ronald Reagan in 1980, a corresponding change in Western foreign policy approached where the Soviet Union was marked by the rejection of détente in favor of the Reagan Doctrine policy of rollback, with the stated goal of dissolving Soviet influence in Soviet bloc countries.
In 1985 to 1991, it began with the rise of Mikhail Gorbachev as General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Gorbachev was a revolutionary leader for the USSR. Anyways, that was good.
Anyways, I think we should go play some Skyrim. Okay then.
To be continued. This was Season 7, Episode 7 of Annoying Alex. Next episode, Alex and Bruce are going to play some Skyrim. This episode was called Alex and Bruce Talks About History, Cold War. Like, subscribe, and as always, stay mega safe.